In September of 2024, there was a lawsuit filed in Florida by a toy company executive who sold his home that had been listed for $85 million for $79 million to Jeff Bezos. And the gist of the lawsuit from the news articles that I could gather is that the realtor did not disclose to him who the buyer was. That a realtor has a duty to zealously get the best price for their client, and this is all true. Now, there's something else that we deal with in real estate. An experienced realtor will know of this and has encountered it a number of times, and that's something called a confidentiality non-disclosure. And the other thing is, sometimes buyers are buying property under the name of an LLC or a family trust that doesn't have the surname in the family trust. And they're doing this intentionally to keep their identity from being disclosed, which is also perfectly reasonable. So in the state of California, for instance, the California Association of Realtors actually has a form. It's CAR CNNC for confidentiality non-disclosure. And I had received those a number of times, and they could restrict sellers from disclosing things like the terms of the agreement so that they couldn't use one offer to improve another, or the identity of the person purchasing the property. So these forms were pretty common and used in California. I encountered them a number of times. I also encountered trusts that weren't descriptive of who owned the property, and maybe the trust was using a registered agent to keep the property ownership quiet. This is all reasonable, and if there's a confidentiality non-disclosure, I received some that had to be signed before the offer was presented. And somebody used this because they were going out and buying a ton of property in town to use as rental properties, and they didn't want people getting word that they were out to buy rental properties. So they had to sign that they weren't going to disclose that these were the buyers to anybody, and that would hold the agent under a duty to honor that and to enforce the contract that they're having their clients sign. So in Colorado, we don't have a confidentiality non-disclosure form, but attorneys can draft agreements or something similar to that. And so if somebody wants to keep something secret, they should talk to their attorney, have something drawn up, and then that puts everybody under the obligation of that's willing to go ahead with that. This is not something an inexperienced or average agent might know about, but it's definitely something that I'm willing to work with my buyers on in a professional manner and make sure that their wishes are executed in a way that is appropriate. If you want any more information, reach out to me, call your attorney and ask about the topic. Make sure that you talk to an experienced real estate attorney. Thanks.